Hey everybody, this is Kirk with Calorie School. I'm here to read Detention to you, Calorie School Detention. For all my laid-back peeps who have difficulty paying attention in class and would rather read nothing longer than the headlines on your news feed, this one's for you. Further details on all of this can be found in the bigger, more responsible book, Calorie School. Dedication. She doesn't know I'm doing this, but I want to dedicate this book to one of my clients, Ember. Ember is a pain in the butt, high maintenance, and a hot mess. She is also one of my most challenging and favorite clients to train. She will just randomly stop in the middle of a set and say she's done, or something hurts, and leave me scrambling for the next exercise. It's never easy, but always fun. Ember is no fuss, and she reminds me of the tone of this book. I hope she reads it someday. Pre-word, the only nice words in this book. For my clients who work with me, the people who have worked with me in the past to achieve their health and fitness goals, or the people who will work with me in the future, please know that the tone of this book does not reflect the way I personally feel about you. If you know me, you know I care about you, the reader, and all people. My mama taught me this. I am a loving father, husband, son, and friend. I put the proper items in the recycle bin. I don't leave the water running longer than needed. And I put the toilet seat back down, usually. I cook sometimes and wash the dishes at home. In traffic, I let other cars merge in front of me, and when changing lanes, I use my blinkers. Usually. I say hi to strangers, hold the door open for others, and do most things any responsible citizen would do. All that said, after you are finished reading this book, you might not think so. Maybe it's the U.S. Marine in me. Yeah, that's it. Disclaimer 1. Warning. You brave soul, take a moment to check your nerves and prepare yourself for some straight talk. It might seem impolite, rude, and politically incorrect. But maybe this is just what you need, someone to tell it to you straight. It might sometimes feel like a drill instructor's point of view, but it's written as if we are good friends telling it like it is, unafraid of hurting the other's feelings too much, because we have mutual trust and love for one another. As good friends, we know either of us would do anything to hurt the other, permanently anyway. On the same token, during our friendship, I've had to listen to so many stupid things from you about weight loss that I'm ready to let you have it. Sometimes it takes hurtful words to get a point across, a verbal slap in the face, if you will. People are stubborn, and the stubborn walls we put up only get thicker and harder to break through the older we get. Harsh words can sometimes put a crack in the stubborn wall and let some sense in. I hope these words seep into the cracks of your walls and serve their purpose of helping you make whatever changes you need to accomplish your personal weight loss goal. Because what you are doing now just ain't working. You need to accept this. If you're already offended, please stop reading now because it just gets worse. Instead, read Calorie School, written by the regular me, not the drill instructor me. Calorie School provides detailed help with weight control and gives you a long-term usable reference, showing you how to live the way a relatively thin person lives. This book, on the other hand, covers most of the same information, but in a brief and direct overview. This book is meant to shake things up a bit. So don't get mad about what you're about to read, because, well, I love you. Disclaimer 2. Your health is important, and I expect your vastly improved health will result from following the guidelines presented here. However, you can now exhale with relief and put down the colon cleanse kit, knowing that I won't be stressing the need to go to your local health food store to purchase bee pollen, wheatgrass, or kale pomegranate juice. With this approach of normal eating, you will continue to shop at regular supermarkets to find the nutrition your body needs. Disclaimer 3. The words you're about to read are written with love and good intentions. Although it may not seem that way at times, it is nonetheless written in lighthearted fun and meant to help you, the reader, with your weight loss goal. If you are part of the minuscule percentage of people with some disorder or condition that makes you gain weight, that sucks. Please try to realize what applies to you here and don't complain about the things that don't. Everybody has to gripe and whine about something. Just keep it real. On the other hand, if you are one of the great many people that think you have some special thing that keeps you from losing weight, chances are you are wrong and making lame excuses. Get over it and keep reading to put those excuses to rest. I apologize in advance for any hurt feelings. You'll get over it. Getting in charge of your large. So, you're larger than you want to be. Maybe you're just a little overweight, or maybe you're one of the 25% and ever rising of Americans that are considered obese. I put the word obese in quotations because it's kind of a morbid word, and many people who officially fit into this category might not seem all that overweight at all. Regardless of the label put on your weight, you are reading this book, so I'm going to assume that you are larger than you'd like and want to be thinner. It's not so easy, I know. And I'm sure you've tried to lose weight before, but your head is probably half filled with all kinds of pucky smuck, bogus information, and now you're not sure what to do. The good and bad pieces of information in your head are all mixed together and have created a picture of something other than truth. Your puzzle is put together all wrong. Let's fix it so you can start making some progress. The very first thing you must accept is that you suck at this. I'm assuming that you're not 6 years old and have tried to control your weight in the past. If you had succeeded, you wouldn't be reading this, so please initial below to begin. Acknowledge that the way you eat now and the way you now live your life is making you or keeping you fat. Also, accept the fact that you need to make a change. You don't have to initial or agree to these 2 items, just know what happens when you don't. That's right, nothing. Here are the top 3 things that otherwise intelligent people might say when they suck at weight control. I can't lose weight. This is pure nonsense. If you think you have some special disadvantage to losing weight, well, tough doo-doo. You might have to work harder at it than some other people, just as others will have some disadvantage over you and other people in different ways, like smarts or manners or coordination, etc. If they want to be as good as you are at something, they might have to work extra hard at it too. But it doesn't mean that they can't do it. Each of us must decide how much we want something and then put the proper amount of effort into it. For starters, you must know that you certainly can lose weight. This is a must. Second, you must decide that you will lose weight. A wise Jedi master once said, do or do not. There is no try. You haven't been successful losing weight yet. Forget about it and flush those failed attempts down the drain. Get ready for success. But I eat healthy. Good for you and congratulations on your smooth pooping. But if you think that by eating in a way that you think is healthy, or that others say is healthy, will cause you to lose weight, it's time to step out of the dark cave and see the light. Eating healthy foods does not make you thin. Firstly, what food is unhealthy? Stop and spare me the lame answer, because there is none. It's one's overall eating habits that cause a diet to be unhealthy, like the 5,000 potato chips and multiple cups of soda consumed for lunch every day. The potato chips are made from potatoes, oil, and salt, all of which provide needed and healthy nutrients. The sugary soda is not all bad either and provides something the body needs, just not by the gallon. But I avoid eating carbs. What? Maybe you are among so many people duped into thinking that primarily eating protein makes you thin, or by avoiding things like carbs you'll suddenly become thin. Come on, man. Do you really deep down believe this? Someone has been slowly pulling the blinds over your eyes and you didn't even notice it. Take the blindfold off, open up your mind, and step out into the bright, warm sunshine of a world of reality. Calories do it all. Food gives us fuel to operate our bodies in the form of calories, similar to how a plant needs sunlight, or gasoline fuel is needed to operate your parents' lawnmower or giant SUV. Give them fuel or they will die. We humans need energy in the form of calories or we will die, but not that many calories. When you eat much more than the amount your body needs at a given time, your body has to do something with the extra calories. You don't just poop out extra calories. Those extra calories get stored away for later use, so you gain a little weight and get a little larger. Regardless of how much exercise you think you get, calories make you larger, calories make you smaller. It's time to stop blaming carbs, McDonald's, or trans fats. The tank is full and you're spilling gasoline all over the place. Just as a gas automobile's energy use is rated at miles per gallon, a person's energy consumption could be rated at calories per hour. If your body uses 100 calories per hour and you eat 150 calories per hour, you're going to gain weight if you don't get some extra activity. Yeah, right, you say, nobody eats like that, 150 calories per hour. True. Many of us eat 500 calories of food, and then 2 hours later eat another 800 calories and 1,000 more calories a few hours later. This, my friend, is exactly why we have become so fat. When we only need a cup of calories, we eat 2 cups, or 3. Here's the kicker. Approximately 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. Either way, up or down, left to right, top to bottom, this is how we get fat. Eat 3,500 more calories than you need, gain a pound. Eat 3,500 calories less than you need, lose a pound, approximately. So that additional 50 calories eaten every hour for the last 16 hours added an extra 800 calories to your day. Add 800 calories eaten every day and you'll gain more than a pound every 5 days. Why 16 hours? because, hopefully, you sleep for at least 8 hours. 24 hours minus 8 hours of sleep equals 16 hours to eat. 800 extra calories times 5 days equals 4,000 extra calories. That's tough math, I know. Reality check. If you are just 10 pounds overweight, it means you have eaten 35,000 extra calories. What in the world? Pretty crazy to think about it that way, right? But the numbers don't lie. Just grab that 10-pound dumbbell at the gym and insert it into your mouth. Calories equal energy. We get calories from just 3 things in the food we eat: fat, carbohydrates, and protein. That's it, folks. Only 3 types of calories to remember, and we need them all. Do vitamins or minerals contain calories? No. Cholesterol? No. Alcohol? Yes, because it's a form of carbohydrate made from fermented fruit and vegetable sugars. Imagine that. Calories get the blame for people being fat, but that's only because we abuse them by eating so much of them. The funny thing is, a calorie is not actually a thing. Rather, it's a measurement. To illustrate this, we'll measure rice in several different ways. 1 cup of rice, this measures the volume. 8 ounces of rice, this measures the weight. 4 centimeters of rice, this measures the length. 100 calories of rice, this measures energy. How do we know how many calories are in the food we eat? Scientists use a cool device called a calorimeter to determine the caloric value of food. Basically, the food is burned and the amount of heat that is produced determines the energy content, or the calorie content of that food. Here's an overview of each type of calorie in case you've been sitting behind a rock most of your life. Carbohydrates. 1 gram equals 4 calories. Carbs equals sugar. This key nutrient is your blood sugar. If you think sugar isn't important, go ask a diabetic what they think about it. Glucose is the only nutrient used by virtually all cells in the body. That's billions. It's necessary for muscle contraction and a million other body processes. There are large groups of people that are now attempting to make you calorie stupid. They figure you probably don't know squat about food and calories, so they can tell you that carbs make you fat, possibly so they can sell you some weird eating plan or protein-packed pancake batter. Everybody has to make a buck somehow. In reality, sugar is so widely used in the body, here's a shocker for some of you, carbohydrates should account for approximately 45% to 65% of your daily calorie intake. Protein and fat combined should average approximately 35% of your daily calories. Any unbiased health and nutrition organization recommends approximately this to the general population. Look it up. It's in the Geneva Convention. Asterisk. None of this stuff truly matters for weight loss, though. Eat whatever you want. The point is that you supply yourself with some knowledge, so when some protein freak says that your bagel is going to make you fat because it's all carbs, you can politely tell them to just step back and enjoy their meat and lettuce wrap. Actually, that kind of sounds good, if only it had a bun on it. Speaking of smooth pooping, the best carbs come from whole grains, fruits, and veggies. Go get some. More great info about this and more in Calorie School. Protein. 1 gram equals 4 calories, the same as carbohydrates. Protein, this misunderstood nutrient, is your body's building material. It repairs and rebuilds muscle and organ tissue and is an integral part of hormone production. It's not meant to provide energy, so please stop trying to make it do that. Or don't stop. Just take yourself off the list of people that think eating this kind of calorie somehow makes you thin. Then people can stop making fun of you. Not all protein is created equal. Proteins are classified as either complete or not complete. Foods that come from animals, or is an animal, contains complete proteins. Plant foods generally contain incomplete proteins. But this doesn't mean that they aren't a good protein source. You just have to eat different kinds of plants together to get the complete proteins. Don't worry about it and eat a balanced diet that includes some meat and dairy if you can, unless you're a vegetarian. Then don't. More details about protein in Calorie School. Fat. 1 gram equals 9 calories. Fat, this fabulous nutrient, does all kinds of things, including keeping your internal organs healthy and protected. It also helps keep you warm and is a primary energy source at rest and during moderate and long-term exercise. Watch out, though, as each gram of fat contains more than double the number of calories as a gram of carbs or a gram of protein. Overeating this calorie is likely while your trunk is so full of junk. Fat is a healthy part of a balanced diet, but the fastest way to eat a high-calorie meal is to eat a lot of fat. Control your fat intake by reading food labels and choosing low-fat foods. Don't try to cut fat out of your diet. Just don't eat too much. So, does this mean you should avoid eating nuts and steak and some fatty fish? Not even close. It just means when you eat fatty foods like these, you eat them in small quantities. Did I just say small quantities? Yes, I did. Eat small quantities of all foods and rejoice when you look upon thy mirror. The moral of this calorie overview is you need them all. Cut out carbs, not a good idea. 4 calories. Cut out protein, not a good idea. 4 calories. Cut out fat, also not a good idea. 9 calories. Do you get it? I wish you did, but it will take some time. Until you practice normal low-calorie eating and see that it works, you'll probably still think carbs make you fat. People are just like that. It's okay. All change, bad or good, takes time. So many of us have been convinced, and I'm sorry we've been duped by all the nonsense. You know Santa Claus doesn't really come down your chimney, right? Please don't tell my kids. Ho, ho, ho. Reduce carb intake. Smart. Reduce protein intake. Smart. Reduce fat intake. Smart. Now you're getting it. I'm really proud of you right now. Keep going. Digestion. What your body does with food. Food has to be transformed from what's on your fork into tiny molecules the body can use. The 4 main areas of food digestion are the mouth, stomach, small and large intestines. If I were to give you a sandwich to eat, would you just put the entire thing into your mouth and swallow it? No. It takes time to chew and swallow it, bite by bite. Depending on how big it is, you might sit there and eat it over the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. After you finish eating that sandwich, are the calories immediately used by your body? No again. Just like it took time to eat, it takes time for your body to digest it. This could take an hour or more. Your stomach is essentially a holding tank that prepares food to be sent to the next stage of a digestion. The small and large intestines all working to make your food small enough to get into your bloodstream. Like it or not, you just added a sandwich worth of weight to your body. Each meal will take different amounts of time to digest, and virtually all meals send you towards weight gain, at least temporarily. Large and high-fat meals take longer for your body to break down, where smaller meals are more quickly digested and used up to make room for your next meal. Eat small meals so your weight only goes up a little each time you eat. Small meals mean your body can sooner use body fat for energy, so you get lighter and smaller. Always wait until your last meal is fully digested to eat again. These small meals are the big reason why it is recommended to eat about 5 times per day instead of 3 or less larger meals. Losing weight. It's quite impossible for your body to stay at an exact constant weight all day long. You are either gaining or losing weight at any given moment. Using the earlier example of your body needing 100 calories per hour, if you reduce your calorie intake by just 20 and instead eat 80 calories per hour, you will lose 1 pound every 11 days. Oh yeah! It's a slow road that requires consistency, but you've got a long life ahead of you, getting thinner and thinner until we can't even see you anymore. So get going. Here's the math. Let's pretend your body uses 100 calories per waking hour to maintain your current weight. Calories eaten per hour equals 80. The missing 20 calories per hour that you didn't eat are still needed by your body, so it will burn stored energy, mostly body fat, to get it, and thus you get smaller. 20 calories times 16 waking hours equals 320 calories per day. 320 calories divided by 3,500 equals 10.94. Round it up to 11 days to lose 1 pound. This is where you can see why it is hard for people to lose weight. You have to eat less and do it consistently, which is not always easy when you're not paying close attention. It takes time, effort, and willpower to undereat consistently. Exercise can help, and I wish you would get off your butt and do it, but I'm sorry, my friends, unless you are really going to get into regular and somewhat intense exercising, lowering the number of calories you eat is an absolute must for weight loss. The good thing is that there are effective ways of doing this to make it not seem like such a pain in the tushy. Speaking of tushy, here's to making it a bit smaller. Cheers. Getting smaller. One cool thing about us humans and other living things is that we don't just die right away when we don't have food. Call it evolution, call it a God-given gift, we have the convenient ability to hold on to energy for use during times of famine. When we use this stored energy of body fat, we get smaller, and the only way to do this is to eat less than we need. Whether you eat food or not, your body will continue to need a constant flow of nutrients to continue to operate. Your body is not so different than those gas car engines that must be running at all times. Sometimes you drive your car slowly, sometimes you drive fast, sometimes you're sitting still, but gasoline energy must always be available, or the engine dies. You too must maintain an energy source to stay alive. Luckily, we have our own built-in energy storage tank. When you need energy and can't eat any calories, your body will use stored body fat from the extra calories you ate last week and month. So you're good to go, but your body is scared your tank might go empty and would rather not burn its precious fat reserves. Your body is desperate to stay alive and keep running strong. You don't get hungry by accident. I know some of you think it's a curse, those hunger cravings, but there's no witchcraft or magic. You need to get over it and use what you've learned here in Calorie School to deal with it. The feeling of hunger is what makes us want to eat so we can stay alive. Our bodies know the more we eat, the better chances we have to survive during periods of time without food. Even though we now have grocery stores or restaurants nearby at all times, our bodies haven't figured this out yet. We haven't had times of famine in quite some time, so I know you just want to tell your body to get with the 21st century. Again, your body is not listening. It's now time to put your body in obedience class and retrain it to do what you want. Obedience class now in session. Because your body's engine is using calorie energy all of the time, if you feed it less calories than it needs, it will get the additional energy it needs from energy storage within the body, such as body fat. Yes, your body eats itself. When body fat is used for energy, you lose weight and become thinner. Hello, this is your final answer. Eat less equals lose weight. To be more exact, eat less calories than you use, lose weight. It's not the entire mathematical equation, but it is the final answer. This is how you do it. You and I and the person next to you all have different amounts of calories that we use every hour and every day. Even your own calorie requirements will change slightly day to day, but the bottom line is that you must eat fewer calories than you need if you want to lose weight. 3 large pieces of pizza and soda for lunch? Yeah, that's too much. We all have our own daily routines of sleeping, working, and playing, and even that routine is set to change on a whim. Let's not use your crazy all-night party life as an example, and instead set the stage of a typical person's wake and sleep time. Awake in the morning and going to bed at night. This person is now you. I'm going to assume that you can and will eat whenever you want during the day. If your real-life schedule differs from what is outlined, or you cannot follow what is outlined perfectly, improvise and figure out how to make it apply to your day, or go get some help with it. Don't go crying with excuses why you can't make it work, because excuses are like buttholes. Everyone has one and they all stink. Every day begins with weight loss. Yes, even for you, your body has been operating on very few calories while sleeping, but yet after 8 hours of sleep, it will have used up virtually all of what you ate the night before, and more. Now that you are awake and moving, your body speeds up just a little bit. Even getting out of bed takes some energy, and your body wants to be ready for it. It would appreciate you giving it some calories to supply that energy. But while it waits for you to consume some food, it will proceed with getting what it needs from within, breaking down body fat for energy and also muscle and organ tissue for blood sugar and proteins, vitamins and minerals. By the way, on the extreme end of going without calories for extended times is the definition of anorexia, and why a person can look so emaciated. Too much of their lean body tissue, muscle, bone, organs, is disappearing along with body fat. So now you're thinking, good, that's what I want. Well, sort of, not really. When your body has to resort to extended lengths of catabolism, the breaking down of body tissue, it knows that this is not sustainable and can eventually lead to starvation. Your body doesn't know that you can stop into McDonald's anytime you want for a hamburger, so it freaks out, if you will, and tries to hide away like a frightened turtle, or a very cold man. Eventually, your body will resort to slowing down its operating system to conserve what energy it can produce on its own. Over time, this behavior will affect your metabolism, and you'll probably get cranky and act like a jerk. Any good and sustainable weight loss plan begins with eating in the morning and smallish meals throughout the day, not starvation. Starvation is stupid, and you're not stupid. You're smart because you listen to your parents and teachers. Do you remember your mother telling you breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Well, maybe she did or maybe she didn't, and to tell you the truth, I have no idea what she meant by that. But regardless, I just explained to you that it's an important step that helps with weight control. Eating breakfast soon after you wake is the first cue that you give your body about being ready to attack the day. Starvation equals bad. Breakfast equals good. Eating small meals is the key to maintaining and losing weight, beginning with a small breakfast. Managing big meals. Was that a huge pancake, bacon, and egg breakfast you just ate? And coffee with lots of cream and sugar? You just added some serious fat storage to your body that will take several hours to be burned away. You'll have to digest that breakfast and burn the extra fat it added to your body before you can even begin to lose weight. Not all is lost. You've got 3 good options. Number 1. You follow that meal a couple or few hours later with something very light, like an apple, so you stave off later hunger and efficiently keep burning that extra fat you added. Oh, and drink water. Number 2. You wait several hours before you eat again, because that's how long that breakfast will take to digest, and then try not to pig out again, and drink water. Number 3. Think about getting some exercise to use up some of those extra calories, and drink, Option number 1 and 3 are your best options. Do you know why? This is a test. Because in option 2, after waiting 4 hours or so to eat again, you may become overly hungry, causing you to eat another overly large meal. This is the slippery slope to overeating. In option number 1, you give your body just a little bit of nutrients to satiate yourself while the previous meal continues to digest. You'll still need to wait another hour or so before the big meal is all used up, but you shouldn't be so hungry that you pig out again. Don't get me wrong with this big meal. Pancakes, bacon, and eggs are a fine meal, one of my favorites. It's just the excessive amount eaten we are dealing with here. P.S. There's a 4th option. Just try again tomorrow. Diet. It's a good word. The word diet has become some sort of a bad word, but in reality, it simply refers to a way of eating. High-calorie diet, low-calorie diet, cabbage diet, protein diet, smart diet, stupid diet, balanced diet, crappy diet, good diet. Do I need to go on here? If someone says they're on a diet, it just means they're eating a certain way. Don't look at them weird because they're trying to do something good for themselves. Unless they're on one of those stupid diets, then look at them weird and make fun of them too. It's time for a change. People eat different things, and it really depends on what you eat and what is available to you. Don't ask me to tell you exactly what to eat every day to lose weight. It would work, but you might not like it. You should also be cautious of taking someone else's eating recommendations, because if it's not foods you would normally eat, you probably will not stick with it. I've seen it happen many times. Whatever changes you choose to make with your eating, be sure that it is something that you would consider sticking with for years to come. Don't waste your time with shortcut, screwball, trendy diets or weird foods. That said, some weird food combinations might be just what you like. If you use mayonnaise, be sure you are buying light mayo, and use as little as possible. On sandwiches that call for mayo, try adding mustard too. You might say that you don't like mustard, but I call bull. You didn't like the coffee or beer or wine either at first, but you forced yourself to keep drinking it anyway, and now you love it. Start with just a small amount that is barely noticeable and increase it slightly over time. Mustard contains no calories. If you purchase butter, margarine, or oil every time you go shopping, just stop it. That's too much. You need to make a big change there. Whole wheat bread equals fiber, baby, and lots of micronutrients too. It's worth every good poop you'll get out of it. 100% whole wheat only. Learn about how awesome fiber is in Calorie School. Fruit. Fiber, water, and some good, tasty nutrition is what you'll enjoy here. Most are quite low in calories and will lead you to the promised land of having a lean body. An apple a day keeps a fat butt away, is what I like to say. Eat some. Vegetables. Yeah, I know, some of these make you gag just thinking about it. Just eat them because you should and quit crying about it. Nobody else likes them either, but just about all of them are super low in calories and will play a key role in getting rid of some of that junk in your trunk. Cereal with milk. Any kind of cereal is fine. Raisin Bran is my favorite choice for good health, mainly due to the whole grain and fiber content. Oh, and by the way, milk is milk. If you want to put almond or oat milk in your cereal, that's cool. Just don't think that because it has the word milk on the label that it is any comparison to actual mammal milk. It's not. According to Mindless Eating by Brian Wansix, we make about 200 eating decisions per day. To become overweight, maybe you made 150 questionable decisions daily and 50 good ones. 25% is not a good test score. Try changing it to 150 good decisions and 50 not so good ones. 75% is a passing score and should get you on the right track to losing weight. Don't order the extra value meal. Don't eat dessert directly after dinner. Drink water before, during, and after your meals. Reduce calories and rejoice when you look upon thy mirror. Oh yeah, and getting some exercise would be helpful. Exercise. Exercise will improve pretty much every part of your life, as long as you don't become a freak about it and some kind of weirdo. This happens. If you say you don't like exercise because it hurts or because it's boring, you are going about it all wrong. If exercise is boring for you, you might be doing the wrong things or doing them in a boring way, or maybe you're boring. Watch kids running around and you can pretty much be assured that they are smiling and having a good time. When we grow up, the kid in us doesn't just die. We get older and tired and grumpy and lazy and weak because we stopped doing physical activity. We stopped having fun. It's okay, I get it. We can't all keep doing the activities we did when we were kids, but that doesn't mean all exercise is boring and painful. You just have to approach it in a different way now. Most kids can jump up and start running at any given moment because that's how they live every day. If they just sat around all day long watching TV, gaming, surfing the web, or working with little movement and also not getting enough sleep like many of us, then they'd have a hard time too. Your body adapts to what you do most of the time and how you live your life. You can't expect that after months or years of no exercise that you can get up off the sofa and go comfortably run a mile. That'll hurt. Kids never say, let's go exercise. They have a better word for it, play. Maybe not all of your exercising can be fun and easy, but you might try to find activities that you can call play. Think back to what you enjoyed as a kid and try it again. Chances are you will still enjoy it now, possibly at a slower pace. If you need ideas about finding new ways to play or prepare you for exercise, personal trainers do this. Or find a local group that will include you in their reindeer games. Here are some ideas. Ride a bike, kickball, or join a soccer or softball league. Go to a field with a friend and kick or throw a ball around. Walk or bike rather than drive for short errands. Use the stairs in buildings and parking garages. All are fairly easy to do and will burn a few extra calories every day you play. If you don't want to exercise, fine. You can still lose weight just as well. Just don't blame the pain or discomfort of exercise. If you have shin splints, don't blame the exercise. You just didn't do it right or did too much too soon. If you say it hurts, I say wear. Exercise hurts all right, but some pain is the kind that leads to progress. Some pain leads to failure and frustration too. So figure it out or go get some help, but maybe not just on the internet for this one. Things like ergonomics and proper style and form are best addressed by someone showing you how to do it and giving feedback to help you improve it. Personal trainers do this too. Or make friends with someone that does what you want to do. Want to start exercising now? For all my sedentary friends, start by walking. You've been walking all your life and chances are you can do it just fine. You won't burn many calories at first, but start by walking slowly and speed up as you feel fit. The important thing is to get your body moving, to build some strength, and to get your heart rate up. Some light stretching is always a good idea. Here are some tips. Buy some good running or athletic shoes. Wear a nice exercise outfit that looks good on you. Forget the frumpy clothes. Bring some music, but don't look at your device so you can focus on your activity. Get a friend or all your friends involved. Hire a trainer or join a group. Go dancing all night long. Have fun whatever you do and don't be a sourpuss or a braggart either. Not all exercise is created equal. Time versus effort. If you walk or run slowly for 5 minutes, the effect on your weight is just about nothing. Even 10 minutes of mellow activity, although good for your body, won't burn many calories to help with weight loss. But it is great for getting started. The harder you work physically, the more calories you'll burn. Or you could instead exercise for a longer period of time at a slower intensity to burn the equivalent number of calories. Each of the below exercises would burn approximately the same number of calories while you visit the local track. Walk around the track 20 times in 1 hour, or run around the track 20 times in 20 minutes. Yes, both exercises will burn approximately the same calories. Option 2 takes much less time, but also much more effort. The higher intensity workout from option 2 will yield additional benefits, as your hard work will result in additional calories being burned over the next day or two because of healing muscles and body stress. Time versus effort means if you don't want to spend much time exercising, figure out how to safely increase the intensity of your workout and enjoy the benefits that it provides. Or do both once you get strong enough. Enjoy higher intensity exercises for longer periods of time. Athletes do this and enjoy all of the strength and health benefits from every workout. Here is my top 5 list of exercises in terms of effectiveness. Running is easy. Even a chicken can do it. Basketball, super fun with friends, full body workout. Weightlifting, this can yield a lot of calories burned in a short period of time exercising. Cycling, it takes more time, but it's fun going fast and easy on your joints. Swimming, super easy on your joints, do laps and race around the pool. The harder you work at these or any other activity will increase enjoyment, satisfaction, results, strength, pride, and will make you a generally better person. Asterisk. Summary. Low-calorie eating and/or lots of exercise are your choices for becoming lean. Pick one or both and get on with it. It's time to look better, at least in your eyes anyway. I'm rooting for you. Learn, think, practice. Refresh what you learned, practice again, and perfect. Asterisks. These statements have not been approved by the FDA or anyone else, and it's not really in the Geneva Convention.